Friends, Canadians, countrymen, lend me your ears. Today we delve into a tale of international intrigue, economic skirmishes, and the unexpected consequences of political decisions. Remember when our neighbours to the north, those syrup-loving, hockey-playing Canucks, were our buddies? It seems like a distant memory now, but there was a time when the relationship between the United States and Canada was as smooth as maple syrup. Yeah, me neither. But it wasn't always trade wars and Twitter tirades. There was a period of relative peace and cooperation, where trade flowed freely across the border, and both nations benefited from their close economic ties. Back in the good old days, aka 2018, then President Trump slapped tariffs on Canadian steel and aluminum. This move was part of a broader strategy to protect American industries, but it sent shockwaves through the international community. Why? Because, as he so eloquently put it, national security. The rationale was that relying on foreign steel and aluminum could compromise the United States' ability to defend itself in times of conflict. Apparently, those Canadian moose were looking a little too militarized for his liking. It was a decision that baffled many, but it set the stage for a dramatic escalation in trade tensions. Canada, being Canada, didn't take this lying down. They responded with a measured but firm retaliation, imposing tariffs on a range of American products. They retaliated with tariffs of their own, targeting American goods like ketchup, bourbon, and gasp, I'm playing cards. These were carefully chosen to hit American industries where it hurt, while also making a statement about the interconnectedness of our economies. It was a full-blown trade war, folks, with maple syrup and hockey sticks on the line. The stakes were high and the impact was felt by businesses and consumers on both sides of the border. This trade war was more than just a series of economic measures. It was a clash of national pride and political will. Local markets in both countries saw changes in prices and availability of goods. Farmers and small business owners had to navigate the new landscape, finding ways to adapt to the shifting economic environment. The media was abuzz with coverage of the trade war, analyzing every move and counter-move. Headlines screamed about the latest tariffs and their potential impact, while pundits debated the long-term consequences for international relations. Communities came together to discuss the implications, with town hall meetings and community gatherings becoming forums for debate and discussion. People wanted to understand how these high-level political decisions would affect their everyday lives. Meanwhile, politicians and diplomats worked behind the scenes to find a resolution. International summits and bilateral meetings were held, as both sides sought to de-escalate the situation and find common ground. The trade war had a tangible impact on industries, with factory workers and businesses feeling the strain. Shipping containers piled up at ports and supply chains were disrupted, leading to delays and increased costs. Despite the challenges, people found ways to adapt. Families gathered around dinner tables, discussing the latest developments and finding solace in their shared experiences. The resilience of communities shone through as they navigated the complexities of the trade war together. As the sun set on this tumultuous chapter, it became clear that the trade war was more than just an economic conflict. It was a reminder of the interconnectedness of our world and the importance of diplomacy and cooperation in navigating the challenges of the modern era. Canada's retaliation wasn't just about tariffs. Oh no, they got creative. Provinces started actively promoting their own products. Drink Canadian wine, they cried. Eat Canadian cheese, buy Canadian lumber, and build yourself a nice sturdy outhouse. Okay, maybe not that last one, but you get the idea. The message was clear. America might not want our stuff, but that's okay. We'll just keep it for ourselves. And anyone else who appreciates a good plate of poutine. Take that, America. While America was busy building walls, Canada was building bridges. No, not literal bridges, although they do have some nice ones. I'm talking about interprovincial labour mobility agreements. These agreements are a testament to Canada's forward-thinking approach to labour and economic growth. Basically, these agreements made it easier for Canadians to work in different provinces. Imagine being a skilled worker in British Columbia and finding an amazing job opportunity in Ontario. With these agreements, you can pack your bags and move without worrying about bureaucratic red tape. Need a job in Alberta's booming oil sands? No problem, come on over from Nova Scotia. This kind of mobility is not just about finding jobs, It's about fostering a sense of unity and shared purpose among Canadians. It was a beautiful display of national unity and a big screw you to Trump's anti-immigration policies. While some countries were closing their doors, Canada was opening theirs wider. Because in Canada, they believe in welcoming people, not building walls to keep them out. This philosophy extends beyond just labour mobility. It's a core part of the Canadian identity. Plus, it's hard to build a wall on ice. Trust me, I've tried. But jokes aside, Canada's approach to labour mobility is a model for the world. It shows that when you remove barriers, you create opportunities for everyone. By allowing workers to move freely between provinces, Canada ensures that talent is not wasted and that every region can benefit from the skills and expertise of its citizens. This not only boosts the economy, but also enriches the cultural fabric of the nation. So, the next time you think about Canada, remember it's not just a land of stunning landscapes and friendly people, it's a country that values unity, opportunity, and the free movement of its people. And that, my friends, is something truly worth celebrating. Here's something America needs: energy. In today's world, energy is the lifeblood of economies, powering everything from homes to industries. Without a steady supply, the gears of progress grind to a halt. And guess who has a lot of it? That's right, Canada. Our neighbour to the north is blessed with an abundance of natural resources. From the vast oil sands of Alberta to the rich natural gas fields scattered across the country, Canada is an energy powerhouse: oil, natural gas and more. These resources are not just plentiful, they are also crucial for the energy security of North America. The infrastructure in place to extract, process and transport these resources is state-of-the-art, ensuring a reliable supply. Hydroelectricity, you name it, they've got it. Canada's rivers and lakes provide a perfect setting for hydroelectric power stations which generate clean and renewable energy. This not only helps in reducing carbon footprints, but also ensures a sustainable energy future. In fact, Canada is one of the world's largest energy exporters, sending vast quantities of oil, natural gas and electricity across its borders. This energy trade is a critical component of the global energy market, influencing prices and availability worldwide. And a good chunk of that goes right to the good old USA's of A. The interconnected pipelines and power grids between the two countries ensure a seamless flow of energy, making Canada a key player in America's energy landscape. So while Trump was busy slapping tariffs on Canadian steel, a move that strained trade relations, he was also relying heavily on Canadian energy to keep the lights on in America. This paradox highlights the complex interdependence between the two nations. He was also relying on Canadian energy to keep the lights on in America. The power grids that light up American cities at night are often fueled by Canadian energy, underscoring the importance of this cross-border energy partnership. Talk about biting the hand that feeds you, or maybe it's more like biting the paw. Either way, it's not a good look. The reliance on Canadian energy is a stark reminder of how interconnected our world has become, or maybe it's more like biting the paw. The metaphorical bear of Canada, with its vast energy resources, plays a crucial role in keeping the American economy running smoothly. Either way, it's not a good look. Energy policies and trade relations need to be carefully balanced to ensure mutual benefit and stability. The future of North American energy security depends on cooperation and understanding between these two great nations. Section 5, tariffs. Tariffs everywhere. Trump's tariffs weren't just limited to steel and aluminum. Oh no, he went after everything but the kitchen sink. Orange juice, tariff. Peanut butter, tariff. Ketchup, double tariff. It was like he was going down a grocery list and randomly slapping tariffs on everything he saw. This created a lot of uncertainty in the market. Businesses didn't know what to expect, investors got spooked, and consumers started hoarding ketchup like it was going out of style. It was chaos, I tell you. Pure, unadulterated chaos. Section 6, American consumers feel the pinch. Remember those tariffs I mentioned? Well, guess who ended up paying for them? That's right, American consumers. Prices on everything from washing machines to beer went up, and suddenly that America First slogan was starting to sound a little hollow. One of the biggest hits came in the form of tariffs on Canadian electricity. See, many states rely on Canadian hydropower, and those tariffs meant higher electricity bills for millions of Americans. So much for making America great again, eh? Section 7, Trudeau stands tall. Throughout this whole trade war debacle, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau refused to back down. He stood up to Trump, defended Canada's interests, and even managed to throw in a few subtle jabs along the way. Trudeau's message was clear. Canada wouldn't be bullied, and they were prepared to fight for what they believed in. It was a refreshing change of pace from the usual groveling and sycophancy that Trump demanded from world leaders. Section 8. Boycott Budweiser, eh? American consumers weren't just passively accepting higher prices. Oh no, they fought back the only way they knew how, with their wallets. Boycotts of American goods became commonplace, with people actively seeking out Canadian alternatives. From beer to ketchup to cars, Canadians were showing their support for their own products and sending a clear message to America. You want to play dirty? Two can play at that game. Section 9, what if? Now, imagine if things had gone differently. What if instead of a trade war, Canada and the US had become even closer? What if, dare I say it, Canada had become the 51st state? Think about it. Free healthcare for all Americans, a more polite and apologetic political discourse, and all the maple syrup you could ever want. It's enough to make a bald eagle sing, "Oh Canada." But alas, it seems like a trade war is all we're gonna get. Sad.